The economy is down the drain at this moment in time, and experts and inside sources predict there could be more tax rises after Rachel Reeves' disaster budget. Today, Keir was grilled on this and refused to answer whether Reeves will be the Chancellor at the next general election. As usual, you ask Keir a question, and all you get back is stuttering lies and a bag of air. In today's video, we will watch and react to this, all whilst going over all of the latest news from across the country. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and join our fast-growing community. Keir Starmer has dodged a question about whether Rachel Reeves will still be his Chancellor at the next general election. The Prime Minister was quizzed by GB News' political editor Christopher Hope about the flatlining UK economy after he set out ambitions to make the UK a global leader in the AI sector.
3-year wait for the benefits of AI is too long to help the economy now, this year, and next year. The pound is down, the economy is flatlining. You know all this already. Companies will be complaining about your budget in October. What's your plan? Will you cut the benefits bill? And yes or no, will Rachel Reeves be your Chancellor at the next general election?
Chris, look, I'll be really clear. We're going to stick to the fiscal rules. That is a very important thing that we've said throughout. We set out those fiscal rules very early on in the day because we knew that the missing ingredient in recent years has been economic stability. We're determined to bring about that economic stability, and that's why the fiscal rules are absolutely central to what we do. The changes we're bringing about, whether it's industrial strategy, planning, energy, etc., all of these are designed to ensure that we get the growth that we need, AI as well, and the reform that we're doing as well. And that is why I'm confident in our mission for growth, and I'm confident, completely confident in my team. We never pretended, nor would anybody sensibly argue, that after 14 years of failure, you can turn around our economy and our public services before Christmas. Before the election, I said it's not going to be possible to do this in 6 months. It's going to take time. The question is, are you creating the conditions? Do you have the determination? And are you pulling the right levers for growth? And we are doing all of those, underpinned by our fiscal rules. Thank you very much, Chris.
Pressure continues to mount on Rachel Reeves after the pound fell to its lowest level against the dollar since November 2023, hitting $1.21 on Monday morning, as Chancellor Rachel Reeves faces mounting pressure over rising government borrowing costs. The rate at which the government can borrow money has surged to its highest level since 2008, intensifying concerns over the Treasury's fiscal position. The turbulence in the gilt markets has sparked fresh worries about the Chancellor's ability to meet her debt and spending targets. While borrowing costs are rising globally, some experts suggest the UK's position has been made particularly vulnerable by recent policy decisions. Government borrowing costs have reached concerning levels, with the yield on 10-year gilts climbing to 4.89%, marking its highest point in nearly 2 decades. The 30-year gilt yield has risen even further to 5.5%, reaching levels not seen in 27 years. The impact extends beyond British shores, with Germany, France, Spain and Italy all experiencing rising government debt costs as markets opened on Monday morning. Emma Wool, head of platform investors at Hargreaves Lansdown, suggested the UK's challenges weren't solely due to global factors, pointing to budget measures that may have contributed to inflationary pressures. In response to the market turbulence, Rachel Reeves has pledged to take action to meet her fiscal rules. The Chancellor now faces the prospect of making difficult decisions ahead of her fiscal statement at the end of March. Gareth Davies MP, Shadow Financial Secretary, said, "Labour are trying to insist that everything is fine, but the fact that Keir Starmer has repeatedly refused to say whether Rachel Reeves will remain as Chancellor speaks volumes. The Prime Minister is looking for a scapegoat, but this crisis was made in Downing Street by Rachel Reeves. The markets and businesses are watching. Labour promised stability and confidence, but they have lost control. They must take action to reverse before this gets worse for families." In other news, retirees can now secure significantly higher guaranteed incomes from their £100,000 pension pots, as ongoing turbulence in the bond market is pushing up annuity rates. UK government bond yields have reached their highest levels since 1998, which has caused a dramatic rise in guaranteed pension income. A 65-year-old can now get up to £7,425 annually through a single life-level annuity with a 5-year guarantee. This is a significant rise from £7,235 just a week ago, as continued instability in the bond market drives annuity rates up. UK government 30-year bond yields have risen above 5%, reaching their highest level since 1998, due to a global sell-off of government bonds. The UK is facing extra pressure as international investors worry about growing debt, slow economic growth, and ongoing inflation. The situation worsened after Rachel Reeves's budget in November, which promised higher taxes and more spending. With inflation at 2.6%, higher than the government's 2% target, expectations for interest rate cuts by the Bank of England have dropped. As a result, the government must offer higher yields to attract investors who may find better returns elsewhere. Helen Morrissey, head of retirement analysis, Hargreaves Lansdown, said, "The turmoil in the bond markets has caused annuity incomes to soar, giving an extra boost to a market that has already enjoyed a stellar year." The current rates represent a dramatic 48% increase from 3 years ago, when a £100,000 pension pot would have yielded just £5,003 annually. She added, "We could see further income rises in the weeks to follow, and this could push incomes up to the highs we saw in the aftermath of the mini-budget. Annuities continue to provide great value, and we can expect to see interest in them continue to increase. The rise in gilt yields presents serious challenges for the government's borrowing costs, possibly jeopardizing Chancellor Rachel Reeves's financial plans." In her November budget, Reeves set aside £9.9 billion to avoid overspending on borrowing. However, recent market changes may have reduced this cushion to as little as £1 billion, according to Capital Economics. The Office for Budget Responsibility's updated forecasts in March will be key to determining if Reeves can stick to her fiscal rules. The pressure on government finances is growing, as higher gilt yields mean the Treasury must pay more to borrow money. Morrissey advises caution when considering annuity purchases, despite the attractive rates. She said, "Once bought, an annuity cannot be unwound, and different providers offer different rates. If you take the first quote offered without checking the rest of the market, you may find you've made a costly mistake." She recommends using an annuity search engine to compare market rates before making decisions. Retirees don't need to convert all their pensions to annuities at once. They can take a flexible approach and annuitize in stages throughout your retirement as your needs evolve. This allows remaining pension funds to stay invested while potentially benefiting from higher rates later. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye.